Ladies and gentlemen, I think we have a winner. I think we finally succeeded. This is the Android TV box that I made a review on a 3 days ago. Now I put a different ROM firmware on this device, so I'll show you what this does. This is a firmware created by Slimbox, and it is amazing. So settle down and take a good seat and we'll go through it. I'm not going to go through all the settings, but there's a couple here that I just want to show you. Now let's go down to sound, or automatic frame rate. Now what this does, this switches the frame rate and resolution to whatever the video was made in. So usually they're at 24 frames per second. So that's what this does. It switches the frame rate and resolution. Next thing we want to look at is the advanced sound settings. Now this gives you the high definition audio codecs, specifically the DTS HD and the Dolby True HD. This device using Slimbox ROM, they both play perfectly. So it does play Dolby True HD and DTS. So now I'm going to go ahead and demonstrate all that which I just explained. Again, this is his ATV ROM, and that's what it looks like right here. Let's check out Kodi. Let's see if it performs as I said it would. Okay, on my AV receiver, I'm showing DTHD, that's Dolby Digital HD, that's what I'm showing. So I'm going to go ahead and pause this right now. Okay, on the left-hand side, if you notice, it's 2160, that's 4K, at 24 frames per second. So it switched the frame rate and the resolution according to the video. And it's an HDR10, so that's what it's playing right there. Okay, if you notice on the left-hand side, this is information from my Vizio TV. It's a 4K video, but its frame rate is 60 because I have not started playing anything. So it's 60 frames, but when I start playing the video, it's going to switch over to 24 frames per second. And no HDR because there's nothing playing. Okay, I had to do a refresh on my TV to show that it switched to 24 frames per second. Okay, if you noticed, it switched the frame rate and the resolution to 1080p and 24 frames per second. Okay, it's back to the home screen. It's back to 60 frames per second. And the resolution is 2160 because that was the default on Kodi. And this is why the home screen shows 2160 4K, because that's what it's set at right there. Now, none of these Logic system on a chip boxes support the VC1 video codec. So if you look down at the bottom, it shows a VC1 1080p. So let's take a look at that and see how it plays, but it will not play it. My AVR shows DTS-HD MA, Master Audio. So it's got HD audio, but the video quality is very bad. I don't know if you can notice, but it's really jerky, really bad, unwatchable. So on this inexpensive device, there's only two ways that I can watch the VC1 video codecs, and one of them is using a server like MB, or going to dual boot Core Elec. So we'll see how that works. And now we're going to test out MB. Back to the future. Now, MB is going to play those high definition audio codecs, and it's also going to have automatic frame rate resolution and frame rate switching. The only way it will play the VC1 video codec from these Logic boxes is to transcode it to something that will play. So that's what it's going to do, and I'll show you that. Okay, there it is. It shows unsupported video, so it has to transcode. So that's what it's doing right there. If you notice, it's a VC1 video codec, but it will play perfectly by transcoding it. And also I get the DTS HD audio playing, so that is absolutely fantastic. Now there's only one Android box that I have, and that's the NVIDIA Shield, which will play this VC1 video codec. Now, if you notice, it switched the resolution and the frame rate. So MB or Plex will only play that VC1 video codec on this device. However, it does dual boot, and I will show you that now. Okay, it just dual booted into Core Elec, and we'll see what that does. Now, Core Elec is running on a micro SD card. It's not running internally, so that's how it's able to dual boot. So you have two actual operating systems running on this one box, and one of them is running from a micro SD card. Now, we have one problem. This particular box will not play that VC1 codec. I have no idea. All my other boxes play it fine, but not this box. And I've done everything to try to figure it out. That's what it looks like. All my other boxes running Core Elec do not have that problem, and I've not been able to solve it. But the audio codec is perfect. It's DTS-HDMA, master audio. Now, to go back to the Android, which we were just on, reboot from eMMC or NAND. So that's what we're going to do now, boot back to Android. Okay. These are the options when you want to power it off, restart, sleep, blah, blah, blah. That's what you do right there. This device is not a streamer. It does not stream Netflix in 4K or any of the other ones because it does not have the proper certifications. But for as your own media, it plays it back very well. Matter of fact, it compares to the NVIDIA Shield when it plays your own media. But again, it's not a streamer. So it's an excellent device, especially with a Slimbox firmware on it.